All right, everybody, welcome back to the ADL Week 3. It is the first game of the last day of Week 3 right now, and I think we are finally in the game. It's all pick mode. We're getting our heroes picked up, ready to go. The teams are jumping in. The pings, well, they seem to be fine. I'll check them here in a second. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. My name is Mott. With me is Kalo Guy. Are you still alive, sir?
I'm alive. A lot of deja vu, apparently, but regardless, we're going to try to get this one going. I know some people in the chat, they're agitated. I happened to glance over and see a gentleman named Otter go, "Enough excuses, fix the problem." So people are getting real excited about the ADL tonight, that's for sure, Mott.
The ADL seems to be something that causes a lot of polarization in Dota players and Twitch viewers, and then again, so do many tournaments, but a lot of people take this ADL seriously, and listen, I love it. I love the passion. I love the enthusiasm, especially from the South American crowd who they love to get hype. And shout outs to the Argentinian crowd joining us for Osiris Gaming. But please no disconnects. Please no disconnects. Please no disconnects. We've got it. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Just pick the heroes, and we're good to go. And we're gonna jump in. We made it. We did it.
Just calm. I don't want to jinx anything. We'll try to get this going as smooth as possible before the first pause will come out. Just got to accept that one will come. It's all good, though.
Yeah.
Game's underway. I think we can finally begin some introductions.
Yeah, so here we go for, well, I suppose I'll bite the bullet again. For Osiris Gaming, the team that has split every series thus far and actually tied for playing the most games in the ADL. Willies, he's going to be on that Alchemist top. Looks like he has a Tango and a Salve and 2 GG branches. Nothing to be determined by that build. We don't know if he's support yet. Kicks, well, he's got the Sentries and Smoke. That means that this Mirana support, played by Kicks, we'll have Skull Ice on that Bane supporting as well in that top lane. It's going to be try versus try here. Well, that'll be interesting. Here we go. Oh, no.
There it is, Mott. Oh, my God. All right, well, I guess I could just do the introductions. I don't want to break up the mojo too much. So for Isurus Gaming, the Argentinian team, I'll start right up here in the top try lane. It's going to be a, well, it looks like an aggressive try here. It's going to be Centaur, played by Zer2, Pepita on the Dazzle, and the gentleman, I always screw up his name, Nidara. Nidara? I apologize. Shadow Shaman. He's going to be playing hefty support. In your mid lane, it is going to be the Dragonite, played by Gamb and Timanker. Sorry, DDX. Sorry, I caught the second part of that one. The purple and green, fabulous. And finally, bottom lane, of course, fullback. He's actually going to be playing the carry Abaddon here, solo in the safe lane.
Yeah, it's solo safe lane, so they kind of function. It's kind of functioning like that offlane role. Going over the last couple of heroes on Osiris, well, this Ember Spirit, it's just some Korean letters and then Dota ... on the Ember Spirit, but action happening. Disruption going through. Arrow might come in a second. Stomps up. Ice. Double Edge. No, the Shadow Wave coming through. He's got the haste. He's got a Nightmare himself. Oh, what a deny! He did it. He Nightmare denied himself for first blood to go away. That's unbelievable. Wow.
Whoa. Wow. All right. We waited patiently very long, and things start spicy like that. That you're winning me over slowly. All right, that's just a start. Give me some more quality Dota, I'll be happy.
Yeah, that was absolutely fantastic coming through. The damage was very real coming out with that Shadow Wave and Disruption. So we talked about that Ember. Last person, Baby J on the Nyx Assassin down bottom. Off lane against that solo safe lane Abaddon. But yeah, I mean, oh man, that could have been so bad. The Bane, he goes down. He pretty much, well, he loses some gold, I believe, but he doesn't give anything over to Isurus, like, at all. That's fantastic. That's magical.
Yeah, best situation you can ask for sure, so definitely happy they snuck that one in, but it is a bit of time wasted. But on this try versus try kind of matchup here, it's always that dirty combo, the Bane Mirana. If they can try to isolate one and get it started with that, you know, maybe they can get something going, but you always got to be cautious. Pepita's there with the Grave, I would assume. He's got, oh, no, only a heal. So if they go on something early, he won't have the Grave available.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, and that's going to be the thing. It's if they hit that combo, there's going to be no real, other than Disruption, which they're using offensively now. They're going to look for a Stomp, the Shadow Wave. There's the Unstable, but look at the damage. Nightmare again. Can he get it done this time? It looks like no. He's going to take it away. Air will fly on the Hydra right now, getting rocked down by these right clicks. First Blood already went. It's a 1-for-1 trade. We're still going here. Willis has got an Unstable Concoction. He's charging it up right now. There's the Shadow Wave. There's the Stomp. They've got to throw it. No, the Double Edge. They get the stun off, but is it enough damage? It looks like no. And already this aggro tri-lane coming out for Isurus doing work here up against Osiris. They're going to keep going with the Disruption. Is there a Shadow Wave available? It looks like no. Maybe no mana left. No, they just didn't want to use it. It wasn't in range, so whew.
Man, very aggressive start coming out from both teams, trading blows, especially in that top lane. Even mid lane, it continues here. Ember Spirit, a little bit of harassment coming out with the chains, but this Ember is just kind of more focused on trying to build in the farm and get the items very, very quickly here. DK, he's just going to sit strong, get to level 6, and maybe he could sneak in that tier 1 tower in the mid lane, but as you can tell, Ember's taking control of these runes and going right for a DD now.
This is actually, I think, a pretty solid matchup for this DK. Considering he didn't go for Flame Guard up on the Ember Spirit, he can just breathe fire, obviously, and he's pretty tanky. The only thing that he's going to go down to is a lot of Sleight of Fist Burst and Searing Chains if he hits it. Top lane, going again, Xerath trying to get that arrow off. He gets stunned up. Willie's, now he's down to that double edge, and the Shallow Grave to save his life. That last right click not doing enough kicks. He's going to leap forward. Can he get the kill? Absolutely, but maybe too far in. The right click coming through. Disruption not available for another 7 seconds. Skull Ice, the Brain Sap, not enough damage to grab the kill on Pepita. Come on, guys, listen. All right,
well, my Dota is pooping and sitting in mid still.
Oh,
I'm not
wow.
too sure if yours is.
You have 3,500 ping.
So I'm gonna try to resolve the issue apparently, and I'll just keep handing it over to you.
All right, well, I don't think this is a South American server issue. I think this is a Dota and Valve killing our game issue. So
oh, other people lagging as well?
Yes, it's not
Fantastic.
just you. There was a pause. That's what I was stopping for. Xerath sitting on 700 ping. Somebody was at 1,000 a second ago. I seem to be at 300. So somebody's saying kick Galagai, IMO, great DDoS coddle. That's what Osiris is saying. But I think I'm going to throw out a Kappa and hope that I get a response. But well, I'm lagging pretty hard now myself. Oh my goodness, my lag is very real here. Yep.
Yeah, because I'm getting full internet when I do my speed test on just a normal server. So well over 112 megabits. So it's just my connection apparently with Valve headquarters or Steam or rather the servers itself.
You don't have any packet loss, do you?
I could test for that, but I'll check.
I guess everyone has packet loss, but I'm pretty sure this is a Valve issue and not just a Osiris / South American team connecting to a USD server. So it's before 5 minutes. I don't know what that means. Does that mean they can't do a reload or something? I forget how that works. I'm not sure. I'm at 1,000 ms with packet loss of 80%. So. See here, what do we got going on? So, well, the lobby just saved nicely. Everything's down. It looks like we're good to go. Okay, all right. So, a little bit of a spike there. Back and forth action. Arrow actually hit on Pepita, but it wasn't enough damage to grab the kill. He was regened well enough to be, okay. So, all right. Well, we're back into it. Here we go. More action. Good stuff.
Yeah. Trying to get our bearings back to what the heck has been happening here. It's been pretty aggressive while the game can actually get going, but it's just a matter of these little inconveniences that are kind of throwing us off our groove. But action will continue here. Ember is the king of CS right now, but DK right behind him, and no surprises. He's doing a nice job bottle crowing right now, massing out the Breath of Fire, but they're actually having a tip, but the DD, might get him, but nope, Dragon Knight throws out the tail and will step back.
Yeah, the Sleight of Fist, not enough damage to get that kill there. Very close, but no cigar up against this DK. It's important to note also, in that top defensive tri-lane, if you look at the CS, look at the 3 heroes in there. The one that's farming right now is the Mirana, but she's only got 3 last hits, so nobody is getting CS from the Dire side here. The Radiant team, they have Xerath. He's going to town. He's got 15 CS going his way, so they're clearly distributing the farm a little bit more than obviously you'd see from Osiris. But Isurus, they smoke up. They're going to look for a potential gank, but guess what? Ember Spirit, he's got a haste rune. It's going to be really tough to lock him down now. All they have is really Poison Touch. They can use Disruption. Dragon Tail's a nice long stun duration at 2.5 seconds, but this haste rune is going to, I think, throw a kink in their plans here. We'll see if they want to go for it anyways. Looks like they will. Disruption about to fly, going to come through. They've got to get that Dragon Tail off. The Sleight of Fist, there's the Dragon Tail, but is there enough damage to breathe fire? Yes, there will be. The kill going the way of the Isurus, but now Brain Sap on a big unstable hitting onto 2, plus the kill. That's Bane getting it on the Hydra. And a rotation, 1 for 1, but they did lose the Ember Spirit.
Yeah, definitely a much better exchange going for Isurus. Just nice classic timing for the supports to make the rotations to the mid. Isurus, though, were the first to make it happen. And even though he had the haste, he couldn't get away. Just enough lockdown and enough burst to take him out. So nice pick.
Yeah, so that's really good. They stopped that Ember from farming. He was actually really close to 6, and I was questioning whether they could kill him or not with that haste rune, but they seem to answer that question with Dragon Tail. 2.5 second stun. Really nice stun, and one of the reasons why that hero is so very strong. Well, other than, pretty much all of his other abilities, obviously. Fullback now getting dual laden down bottom. Looks like they're just going to abandon top. Well, the disruption went through. The Soul Catcher stomped his head up on Kicks. He gets the leap away, but boom, the double-edged damage with Soul Catcher. That's kind of disgusting. He melts, and that Mirana is dead again. Xertu getting yet another kill with 2 assists under his belt, as well as the 2 kills.
Good start for Isurus. It's looking like neither of the cores, no carries, are going to be going for a Midas this one. So no team either really looking for the long road and trying to build in the extra and secure farm for themselves. So it's interesting to just note that. And I think we're just going to see this continue here. A lot of aggression coming out, and I'm going to predict that Ember is going to be leaving this mid lane and trying to find more kills.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to be aggressive, I think, especially if he goes for the phase drum kind of thing. And he's already got 3 into the Sleight of Fist, 2 into the chains, and he'll have those max soon enough. Oh, Stampede's going to go, though. They're going to look for this kill on the Ember. He's going to use the Searing Chains. Nicely done to get away from any sort of aggression coming out from Isurus. So that could have been dangerous, but he spotted it out, and he just made the right play to make sure that this Ember Spirit got away.
I think they went a little too early. I think they waited a little bit longer. He might have got closer to the rune, and then they could have tried to spring the trap, but I think they just popped it a little too early, and he was able to quickly rotate back. But they're definitely onto him. They know that this Ember's looking for each rune, so it's pretty much an easy bait for him. So Ember can't really, now he has to decide if he wants to try to make plays towards those runes from here on out and risk going into a trap, or just kind of play it more safe and stay in the lane.
Well, he has this level 6, so he has Fire Remnant, so he can jump back and forth if necessary, but we'll see. Nope, Unstable Concoction getting charged bottom. Fullback diving very far for this. He's got borrowed time. Going to get this kill. He does have Curse of Avernus, which is a nice move slow coming through, but there's going to be that borrowed time. Getting popped, the Impale, getting juked right now. Fullback, can he get it? And Vendetta strike, the Impale just missing. Nice try, Baby J, as well. Some more latency issues popping up, at least on my end.
Nice shuffle step coming up from Fullback right there, just jumping and driving back and forth, and does manage to put out the stun. And we're going to have a pause.
And it's everybody again. It's not just one specific team. I mean, we saw it there. If you were looking on the stream, it lagged clearly. And in terms of stream settings in Twitch, I've yet to drop a frame. So in terms of like internet, which you talked about a bit earlier, our internets are fine.
It's just
the servers.
The servers for Valve. I don't know if this is just a temporary issue that's happening. I don't know if it's pre-maintenance. I don't know if it's a slow rollout of maybe some patch to come. But regardless, it's clear that that's the issue, and we're just trying to make the best of it right now.
Shawnee's saying that this is a memory he'll cherish forever. Excuse me. Kappa, I suppose. Well, I mean, Isurus, they clearly have this game in hand, at least for the early stages. 7 minutes in, and they've got 1,000 gold lead, which is like not to say they have it in hand as if they're going to win the game, but they've got a slight lead here, and a slight lead could turn into a bigger one as we move forward. And I mean, there's like no farm in this top lane. Mirana actually got 19 CS somehow. She got back into it with the help of, I guess, just everyone leaving her alone. She did get ganked, twice essentially, but she's still okay for the most part. And Ember Spirit, well, he's kind of low. He took a lot of damage from that Dragon Fire, Fire Breath or Breathe Fire. My goodness. He also has an Illusion Rune. I think he should have waited to pop that. Maybe use the Elder Dragon form first, then pop it, but that's not the case, so.
I think things are still pretty nice for Osiris, though. I mean, within the next few moments, we're going to see Centaur be able to pick up that Blink Dagger, and he has that Heavy Initiate coming on his favor. And then we're probably going to see the Dragon form really come into its own. He'll probably try to take that mid tower finally, so they'll inherit a lot more gold. Whereas Mirana had just been picked off, and Ember Spirit has yet to find anything of his own. So I think the momentum's really, really good for Osiris Gaming right now. It'd take a pretty bad fight for Osiris to try to get back in this one, at least for this part in the game.
Yeah, they need to secure more farm, and they need to look for pickoffs in some different locations right now for Osiris. And they do have Vendetta up, and the next assassin is level 6, but you can already see, actually, and I was looking at this, the courier brought out either a sentry ward or someone gave it to him. So he's got a sentry for mid for this Dragon Knight, but please don't play US West. I don't know how lobby loads work. I don't know if Sean knows how lobby loads work. I don't know if we can play US West. There's a lot of issues arising right now that I didn't think would be an issue, but then again, it's Dota, so who knows? And All right.
Just gotta have to wait it out, unfortunately. Just a bit of a server error. I mean, we could try using a different server, but yeah, but then we have to work about loading and everything like that.
Yeah, I don't think you can load a game in another server. I'm not sure. I guess Osiris would maybe know better than we would. Southern Mexico. That's a very... We had a geography lesson before this. It's a very generalized statement, Mr. Isurus fullback. Alright, well, let's see here. What's the ping? Still bad. Good. Excellent. Well, guys, for all of you who have been here since the beginning, thanks for sticking with us. There's not much we can do about this. Yeah, well, that's true. Are you a suspect or something? I don't know what they're trying to imply here. We're actually starting to dip down a bit more. Well. So everybody, make sure you guys stick around. This is the first game of the night. We've got Osiris versus top 5 after this. Hopefully, if the servers, well, if they stay together. As much as I would like to believe that this is a patch coming out, I don't think that's the case. Obviously, test needs to come out first usually. And we discussed it a bit earlier about how maybe a patch was coming out, but it's more than likely not happening. At least not tonight on the main client. So I would like to see the patch notes, and I would like for this meta to end, but we will see. Yeah, 3 people did.
Things are good. Let's do it, baby. It's time. Let's take advantage of this next 5 to 10 minute window.
We're going to have consistent, it's going to be like sequences. It's going to be sequential pauses, sequential resumes, and hoping that the ping lasts long enough for this game to go. Wow, that breathe fire almost killed the Ember Spirit. Holy crap, he's barely alive. He's going to salve up, though. He had a salve coming his way. Top lane, the Mirana and the Bane are here, but the 3 heroes are still trying to continue their aggression. They're looking for an opportunity to use that disruption and throw up the Soul Catcher again. But as it stands now, you talked about Xur 2. He's going to be getting a very early Blink Dagger. Abaddon, he's going for a mech. Actually, not a surprise. This kind of safe lane Abaddon, the solo Abaddon, doing work here, getting level 8 already. And he's actually going to start dishing out damage as well with Curse of Avernus and, well, actually just helping out with his right click with Phase, obviously. Unstable Concoction is going to fly in the center top. The arrow, is it going to go through? The Nightmare might go first. They're going to decide against it, it looks like, and they're going to just try to push them back. But here we go. Stampede's going to fly. Stomp's going to go. Maybe no, the Nightmare was up. The arrow somehow hits on Pepita. Moonlight Shadow, but that's not going to save Skull Eyes. Yes, it is. They have no detection. Where's your vision?
It's also saving Baby J in the bottom lane. Abaddon nearly took him out, and the Moonlight Shadow saved him at the last second as well on the other side of the map. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's... Pepita, actually, he might have just got that sentry, but here we go. Searing Chains, the arrow is going to hit, just barely connecting on his left side. Scraping him, but enough to stun him up and, of course, kill him and do that massive damage. And, of course, that's the Ember. He was part of that kill, so he gets the assist gold and a little bit of experience going his way as well. He'll throw it on a Sleight of Fist, and looks like he'll probably back mid at some point. But now we actually see Bane. He gets solo experience. He wants to get that level 6 for himself, but no surprise there.
He also needs to fill up that mid lane. I'm sure if he wasn't there, Dragonette was probably about to pop the ultimate and try to lay in some heavy hits into the tower and start withering that down a bit so he can, look towards getting a bit of extra gold for himself by taking out some towers.
Yeah, and that would be huge. I mean, the early advantage is certainly going their way. Disruption top, there's the Soul Catcher Stomp. They just can't seem to get the timing right. Kix is able to leap away every single time. He's spamming that E button as fast as possible just to make sure he moves out of range of that stomp. So it's a tough hero to go on. The Mirana is a bit jumpy, and if you try to take her down, it's really not going to work. DDX is going to run right in front of this creep wave. It looks like they're not trying to be sneaky about this. They just maybe want to push this tower, so that was... They're being pretty brazen. They might even pop the Elder Dragon. We'll see. Chemical Rage is going to go for Willies right now. They're going to put some damage on this tower, and like you talked about, they want at least one tower going their way. I don't know, though.
Nyx has made the rotation top, and he's already Vendetta. Baby J looking to take the front lines here and see if he can get a catch-off I don't think they have detection. No, they just dropped a sentry. They see him right there. Baby J gets off the hit, quickly stunned by the Dragon Tail, returning right back to the Centaur ult. Nice carapace up into the temp time. Oh, the brief time, rather. Willies tries to make a move in, but they can't commit. Xur2 now. Oh, wow. Big nuke damage. They burst him down, but the disruption holds him in place, but they end up losing both in the end regardless. Isurus down 2 in the end. Long arrow.
Oh, Pepita! Oh my gosh, are they gonna dive this? No, they could, but that would be...
He did that nicely. Just down the woods, out of sight, it looked like, and Pepita, he was paying attention, got caught out.
I was like, I was following that arrow and I was like praying it hit. I was just like, come on, hit. But they didn't follow it up. But Shadow Demon being a bit brave there, trying to save his teammate, instead obviously sacrifices himself for pretty much nothing, and his teammate dies anyway. So mid lane, DDX getting right click down. Ember, he's got a Searing Chains in 2 seconds. He's not going to dive though. He had his Fire Remnant. Might have been a bold play, especially considering he's kind of thin, and of course he takes a lot of damage and he's got not that much HP. Top lane, Pale's gonna go on fullback. Disruption's gonna go as well. Moonlight Shadow, but they have that sentry right there. Nice unstable onto 2. Baby J limping away with Vendetta. Of course, they still have these sentries right now. They're pinging a force over here on Skull Ice. Is he going to TP away the Shadow Poison? He will make it in time. Xur2, he guessed wrong. He went to that top area where you could TP out. Instead, he, of course, drooped down here into the bottom set of trees. So,
to really wish he didn't fall earlier. He probably would have been, you know, having his Blink Dagger by now. In that fight, he could have got a quick pick off for himself. So, I bet he's a little frustrated about that, but this tower would make things a lot easier, so they're looking to take it down.
Yeah, they are going to push it up. The Acid Spray is going to try to be kind of annoying. The armor reduction, but the Buckler is popped, mind you, so they've got that extra armor going their way. The right clicks coming out from all of these tanky heroes, which are difficult to bring down, but Osiris seem to have their number from time to time. Ping is getting iffy again. They throw up the Searing Chains right now. Of course, they're going to use the Stampede to go through, looking for a stop. It's going to find on kicks. He was trying to throw the arrow out, but he falls instead, getting caught way out of position. Dragon Tail and Baby J, the Breathe Fire as well. There's the Sleight of Fist. Now the Spike Carapace. Nice and Pale on the 2, but Baby J is getting chased down. Unstable, getting charged up. Fullback, getting low, but they have the Grave available. No mana to use it, however. They Nightmared up DDX right now. Mirana's dead, so no arrow combo flying through. They'll take 1 kill, but they defend their tower for Osiris Gaming, I believe. Nope, the Dragon Tail Skull Ice. What are you doing there? Baby J, the Impale, not in time. And Dazzle, he grabs the kill on the Ember Spirit on the backside. Not quite sure what he was doing, but now it's 3 down.
Wow, impressive.
Out of my way. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Arrow to fly out, Mott. I believe we can't hear you, so I'll try to just pick it up in the meantime as you adjust your microphone. It looks like they're pushing into the tower right now. It only takes a few last hits, but they want... Oh, Blink stun. They stop out the Mirana and catch her, but she already gets the leap off regardless. They push her all the way back, and they do manage to take down the tower.
Hello, hello, hello.
We got you now, baby.
All right, I'm not sure what happened, but everything seems to be good here. So, TP's back. Yeah, good aggression coming out from Isurus Gaming, and getting a lot of those kills in that Tier 1 tower. That was a fight that Osiris were looking okay for a little bit. You know, they had that kind of quick turnaround around the Tier 1 tower top for the Radiant team, but now they're getting caught in a position. The arrow, Hydra, oh, the Brain Sap, that Starstorm damage, and that squishy Shadow Demon gets blown up. Wow, he tried to kill that Iron Branch. He uphill missed it, though. That's devastating. Oh, well. Yeah, it is. But Xur2, his Blink Dagger now done. 2,000 gold lead for Isurus. I'm surprised it's only that much, but... that's still pretty significant at 13 minutes in. DDX trying to get to level 2 ultimate right now. That Breathe Fire with splash damage coming through from the Elder Dragon form is pretty nice. Blink Stomp just hitting on the Ember. Elder Dragon form is going to get popped. The Dragon Tail as well. The right click, but they don't have a sentry. Now they do. Fire Remnant away. The Impale onto 2. They can't get the kill. Miss Coil's not going to fly. The Shadow Wave keeping everybody healthy, but still they could not get the kill. So very close. Ember looking to jump back in. DD Sleight of Fist doing work. Impale about to go. Well, that was whiffed. Very short, not hitting on anybody. And they'll take another Tier 1 down. Now you've got to Fire Remnant away if you're this Ember Spirit. He does a lot of damage, but not enough to grab any single kill. And again, a Tier 1 tower falls to the fist of Isurus Gaming.
Well, in the end, they're having to work really hard for this. Whatever objective they want to do, they're sweating for it right now. And Osiris are making them sweat. But they get it done. That's what counts. And right now they're looking to get another objective. They're going for the Roshan. And they definitely have the survivability. The DPS, though, as you can see, it's taking a bit of time. They're having to sweat it out for Roshan now, and they try to get the Aegis. It looks like Osiris are not onto it just yet, but Mirana's going to take the high ground here. maybe look for an arrow.
Yeah, they don't have a medallion, so it's not falling as fast as they would like, but it looks like they're not going to get there in time. I don't know. We'll see. You could jump in with that fire remnant, but it's already falling down, and Roshan going to be dead. Fullback picks up the Aegis. Now he's got borrowed time, and that they're going to stampede it. They're looking for an initiation. Who are they going to find, if anybody? They don't find a single hero coming out for... Well, just kidding. They do. Stomp is up now on the Ember Spirit. He will fire remnant away safely. Almost getting a kill there, but nice reaction time from the Ember to avoid a gank, so close.
Yep, very nice. Nothing really coming of it just yet. Just a lot of footsie here from both teams. No one making the jump just yet. Willie's pops out the ultimate for a bit of regen, but slowing down the push overall. And now it looks like Osiris are just going to go ahead and pull back and maybe look for this tier 1 tower that's still standing in the bottom lane.
Yeah, and they're just pushing down towers methodically. They have a lead, and they don't want to give it up, and I understand. There's no real way Osiris can have a team fight. That they don't have any big team fight ultimates that could really help out. Moonlight Shadow is nice to get back, and obviously, well, Searing Chains and everything Ember's got in his toolkit is pretty good, but they're really prepared for this Nyx Assassin. They've got plenty of sentries up, at least 2, if not maybe more than that. They'll probably get a gem at some point in the future, I'd imagine. Pepita's got a sentry as well, so yeah, I mean, they're prepared for any sort of aggression with the Nyx Assassin, but they'll try to trade here mid with Osiris Gaming. We'll see if they can pick up a tower. Fortification going down bottom lane. Looks like another free tier 1 to happen, at least for the time being. Ember's going to walk, and, well, that's a little brave. They have a ward right there. They're not going to turn and try to fight him. They're going to look for 2 instead. Well, we'll see if there's a deep reaction for this tier 2 tower.
No, this should be an easy tier 2 as well. Ember comes into a double damage rune, which he's picked up multiple times this game, so he's getting very lucky with that. So let's see if they linger around here, if Osiris linger around and Osiris can make a rotation, they might be able to fight. There goes some early harassment. He has that DD rune not popped yet, but if they try to make a fight happen here, that would definitely help.
No, they're just going to TP top. They know Baby J is here. They'll try to catch him out. Looks like they cannot, however. Fullback's going to pop the phase and just try to run after Baby J. You got to throw up the Aphotic Shield and then decide against chasing after him. So fullback with, well, he wanted to go, but he had no real other option to help him out there. Christopher Vernus would have slowed him down, but that would have been it. And, well, the right click would have been slow and methodical if getting the kill at all. So it stands now 7,000 net worth coming out for this DK who has his Lothars and, well, 2,000 extra gold in the bank. His next item, we'll see what it is.
It's definitely a hard life also for this Bane because he has no BKB, and there's a fair amount of disable on Isurus Gaming side, so he definitely has to be pretty cautious when he chooses the right time to lay out the Fiend's Grip on the proper target and not putting himself in a bad position to get easily, stunned and let it take down. So we'll see how he can. I mean, I'm just trying to ponder who would be the best target for him to try to take out of the fight with the Fiend's Grip.
I think. Well, I'm pretty sure Borrowed Time is going to go through Fiend's Grip, so don't do the Abaddon. I think if you take out the Centaur, that's a good choice, but then you have to deal with Dragon Tail and the Elder Dragon form. Disruption as well, and they have so many things that, and you're right, that can stun you and just kind of, this is not really a good Bane game because Fiend's Grip essentially is going to be not super useful unless they can catch 1 or 2 heroes out of position. If you're going to use it in a fight, I'd say maybe the DK, but you've got to make sure that you nuke down Dazzle or the Disruption, or excuse me, the Shadow Demon or the Centaur War Runner rather quickly. So it's a little bit skewed and a little bit gray in terms of who they can catch out in these fights, but I don't know if they really can. Stampede's going to go right now. They're going to try to catch him out of position. Sentry Ward might get popped down. Skull Ice getting blown up. Arrow's going to fly through. Big unstable. Still not enough damage to do anything to this Radiant team. Isurus are going hard. They pop the mech. Only 1 down. That's the Nyx, or excuse me, the Bane getting caught out of position. Fullback trying to get pretty aggressive here. Now they'll work toward this tier 2 tower. Blink coming through. That's the stomp up from Xur 2 right now. The Searing Chains as well. Willie's getting caught out. The Dragon Tail doing the work. He did deny himself with that nice unstable concoction. But I think he was lucky in that regard.
Definitely was lucky, and there's 3 people who were very generous for the quick item drop. But man, Isurus just know they have the momentum. They popped the R on Centaur, and they just took over Osiris like a tidal wave. And unfortunately, Bane was right at the front, and he drowned. Got taken out immediately. We were just talking about how at this point in the game, he does not have as much to offer. I mean, yeah, the early game, the sleep and the arrow, it's cute. I don't even know if they really ever pulled it off once super successfully, but I know they didn't get as much going with it as they probably had liked. Yeah. So now at this point in the game, Bane, it's very tricky for him. It's definitely hard times. You get an Enfeeble out, which would definitely help, but there's not any true DPS core on Osiris Gaming. They're just all doing their job and just like swarming the team and quickly pushing down what's in the way.
Yeah, and this is a game that if Osiris can get this Ember farmed enough, and this Mirana as well, they can get back into it, but as it stands now, they're very far behind. Arrow almost connecting there, looking for that Invis rune. DDX will pick it up and make sure that he survives, so pop it as well. He's got a plate mail, so you have to believe that's an Assault Cuirass coming up for the DK. No surprise there, that reduction of armor, and of course giving them even more tankiness for Osiris to deal with right now. So it just, and I agree with you, this Mirana Bane combo has felt very lackluster, and right now they're down 7,500 in gold. They don't want to give away this tier 2 tower, but there's no real way they can fight 5v5, I think. Even a really good Unstable Concoction, even a really good Fiends group, even a really good Arrow, it'll be very close to, you know, see if they can actually pick up a couple kills and have the team fight go their way. So we'll see.
All right, well, it's time for Isurus Gaming to push down this mid lane. They know that they're in control. They set the pace here. So if Osiris want to go, it might be an all or nothing for him. Now, there we go. Willie's making the jump in, throws out the concoction, catches on fullback, and it will pop the borrowed time. He's looking to heal up as much as possible. There's the stun. It will catch on fullback. Wow, a lot of damage, and he does pop. Now they're looking to turn back. The script on Centaur. Temporary save with disruption, though. He's going to look to now. There's the nice grave to try to save in the meantime. And Osiris do end up taking down the tier 1 tower. Osiris cannot catch anyone out, and a bit of a defensive Moonlight Shadow. Oh, there's a can go back. Stun, headstun, no. A Dragon Tail, Baby Tail. Wow, getting away with very little life under the Moonlight Shadow. Very impressive. And, oh, the arrow. Right.
Just
not quite close enough. Doesn't catch on the Dragon. Back. Lingering around, but not enough commitments yet.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Like shielded up, catches out Ember. Wow, that's finally the first cat. Fire up.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Fan mode. Really starts.
Well,
finally, they pull back.
that is a fight that is not going the way of Osiris. They tried to do what they could, but they just could not catch anybody out of position and get anything done there. And I don't know what it is, man, but during that entire action, for whatever reason, a lot of the time your mic gets very, very, very quiet and almost as if it like just shuts down during team fights. So you'll hear every other sentence. Not sure what that's about, but I don't know if that's on my end, your end, but either way, team fight going the way of Osiris Gaming right now, and well, excuse me, Isurus Gaming, because of course they just 5-man, and there's actually a ratings coming out for the Abaddon as well, which is going to be a disgusting item. I mean, he could go for maybe a Super Basher if he wants to, but it's more than likely a ratings for this Abaddon. That's just going to be a nice item to shut down blinks, to shut down obviously some, well, just to do more damage to this rather squishy team. I mean, obviously Osiris are pretty squishy in their own right, with obviously no Flame Guard up for the Ember Spirit. The Mirana, I mean, she's very squishy. The Bane. So, and even when they've got a fight that they prolong for a long period of time, they can't even find a kill. They got the Aegis, obviously, but yeah, that Aegis had almost run out for fallback. It's impressive that he stayed alive long enough, and that Aegis was still around, because it said about 30 seconds for it to go down. So, it was a bit of a hectic sort of situation for both sides, but it's going to be over. And, well, now Osiris, they're doing what they can by just farming this Ancient stack together. Team Ancients, as you can clearly see, they're going to try to jump on somebody. It's going to be a Hydra. Arrow going to fly through. It's going to miss. Fiend's grip is up now, though. They have no one to shut it down. So, Hydra's going to fall to the Fiends. Now the Searing Chains is up. They have borrowed time going through. Moonlight Shadow, big stomp onto 3. The Unstable Concoction going, actually stunning himself. Now, can they get anything else done here, or is Isurus going to clean this up? The Elder Dragon form has popped up. Pepita, he's got to use the Grave. Fire Remnant going through. Arrow missing the target there. Now everyone from Osiris is just trying to get out alive, it looks like. Unstable, about to fly. It's going to hit on Xertu. He blinks. He stuns up on Willie's and try to take him down with him. Willie's getting caught out. The right click. The Shadow Wave getting the kill coming out for Pepita. That's 2 dead for pretty much nothing there. They picked up the Shadow Demon, yes, but not. That's another engagement going the way of Osiris. That really was just a bad fight for Osiris.
Yep, another long lingering fight. Not too much comes out of it, but Osiris do lose 2. We'll see if it's more than enough for Osiris to finally get the ball rolling on a push. So Roche is up, but they don't want to consider it just yet. I guess since Dragon Form's already popped, they'll just see what they can get done in the mid lane and hopefully take their first set of racks. I mean, this game is theirs to take here. Just hopefully they don't throw it away. And Also wanted to apologize about the sounds. It's definitely something with Skype because you do the same thing for me when you get a lot of action, but fortunately, you're the one streaming, so it's probably not coming through for the streamers. It's Skype, and I fantastically.
We're gonna have to switch to another program. I think it's gonna have to be Mumble or TeamSpeak. We're just gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to bite the bullet and get a server or something along those lines because this program does not want to work right half the time. So
we care about the viewers.
We do. I mean, I don't want anyone to like assume that it's like our mic quality or it's anything we're doing wrong, because it's really not. It's just, and we've had issues with Skype before, so I do apologize, obviously, but it happens, and I think everyone can kind of just keep enjoying the game as it stands. I mean, we've had a lot of issues, mostly from Valve in this game, but as I say that, the ping has actually been stable for a long period of time, it looks like. And
please don't jinx it, mod. Please knock on wood or something.
Too late.
Oh, man.
Too late.
We've been going so long without a pause. We don't need anything to happen. Let's just keep it going. We'll just suffer through the mic things for now. We'll get it resolved for the next one, and just hope that things from here on out go nice and smooth.
I'm tempting the ice frog. I'm trying to draw him out of his caving.
I'm just going to text him real quick.
Yeah. Ice frog, dude, what's going on, man? How you been? Another Roche, another Aegis is going to go to Isurus Gaming here. They'll pop up the medallion on him, and this is going to be real quick, and there's no way Osiris can really try to contest this, and they're just getting further and further behind. The thing is, I'm surprised it's only, well, 12,000 at this point. It feels like a 15, even 20,000 gold lead going the way of Isurus Gaming, but a lot of that is because they're actually in between the 5-mans, and when Isurus is pushing up, Osiris is splitting up their finding room to farm for the most part, but the problem is they just don't have any real items. Ember Spirit is barely a Claymore, Yasha for kicks in his phase, and now starting to try to go to that Mithril Hammer, either a BKB or more likely a Maelstrom coming out for this Mirana, but there's just too many items now for Osiris Gaming. They've got an AC, a Shadowblade, they have the gem up on Pepita, they have almost a hard on the Centaur Warrunner, and then he'll be really unkillable. The Radiance on fullback. There are items upon items upon items where Osiris Gaming feel like they pretty much have this game. The only thing they have to do is push into the high ground, and this is not a team that can really, push out things very easily. Sleight of Fist is the only real wave-clearing ability, and, well, I guess Starstorm, but that's about it.
It's a little bit of something. You can also throw out the acid spray and just kind of lingers there. So if you can at least make the fight happen where you want it and you place that acid spray properly, you definitely can have a little bit of an upper hand in the fight. But like you talked about, Osiris just have so much farm at this point that I'm sure it's not going to be too much of a problem. This is going to be Osiris's last stand here. They got to try to hold the hill. If they lose the first set of racks, they might as well just call GG.
I agree with you completely, and I think it's more so going to be that they're going to get wiped in this fight, but we'll see. Unstable Concoction's going to fly. DDX, no Aegis. It should be on fullback right now. The arrow flies through, does hit up on the DK, but he's already blown up the Ember Spirit, who probably doesn't have buyback, I'd imagine, if you look at the Dire team. In fact, the only one that does is the Mirana. They'll use the fortification right now, but I don't know if this is going to help. They're pushing them back. They have to wait until this DK ultimate is done. Fullback now getting caught out. Still, he's got the borrowed time. It's going to take a bit of damage as well. The arrow flying again on DDX. Zur looking for a blink initiation, but unfortunately he couldn't get the stomp off. Wasn't in range. Now they're looking on this tier 3 tower. Looking to try to take it down, but still can't really get that much damage done. Unstable's going to fly, hit on 2. The mech now going for the Dire team. Is this their defense? Can they take the fight somehow? Zur being so aggressive with that Heart of Trask. Skull Ice getting brought very low. That is a stomp double edge and 2 right clicks to grab the squishy Bane's life. A tier 3 is done, and it looks like the Raxes will be next, and there is nothing Osiris can do. They'll TP back in. There's the Sleight of Fist and the Searing Chain's going right now. Willie's Unstable Concoction. Did he use it? Yes. He got stunned up. Double edge doing a lot of work. Now the Searing Chain's in Flame Guard, pushing them back a bit, but not much. Now the Melee Rax going to Hydra. Might be the first victim here for Osiris, but they grave him. From Pepita, you had to expect it was coming. They'll keep him alive. They won't even finish off the range racks. Maybe Zur 2 will and then head out of there. Fullback as well, who still has that Aegis, but again, Osiris they have nothing, and Isurus, can just keep going and going and going.
They're just such a fat team with so much durability. So, these heroes alone are so fat to work through. You got a hard on Centaur and a Batten with plenty of farm. Already has the shield and what have you, borrowed time, and then you're considering a Dazzle as well behind him with the shallow graves and the heals. Mechanism, you can't break this team down. Yeah, maybe you have a chance down the road with heavy damage, maybe a little Desolator here and what have you, but they're not even going to allow that point to come. They're just too fat, and it's just too hard to break down. He didn't even use his Aegis.
And that's actually the impressive thing, too, is that, and not only did he not use his Aegis, but everybody's, I mean, I don't think anybody died in that engagement at all. And Isurus, they have complete buyback on their team as well. They're going to get another set of items coming through if they want to. They don't even need to save for the buyback. There's no way they're going to push out and, like, take tower. I mean, there's still tier 2 and tier 1s up for Osiris, so, or excuse me, Isurus. God, that's going to be... It's going to be really confusing. But they'll pop the Elder Dragon form again. The Sleight of Fist going through. The Remnant back as well. And, well, you can see the Aphotic Shield is up. There we go. Impale and the Unstable Concoction flying. Nice disruption to keep him from taking damage. Sleight of Fist going. The Stomp is up. Searing Chains went on Zerg 2. Yep, there's the Stampede slowing everybody. Zerg 2, double edge, onto 1, onto 2. Can only grab the Mirana, big 3. Vendetta as well. Now the Fiends Group flying, the big Unstable Concoction. They're getting low, but there's the mech to get them all back to fighting shape. They still can't get anything done. Even with the best initiations, with the 3-man Impale, with the big Unstable, it's not enough, and GG will be called after, well, a really well-played 5-man game from Isurus Gaming.
Yeah, definitely a frustrating start for sure for everyone, the players, the casters, the people watching. It was very slow paced. There was lag coming in from the server, what have you, problems with Skype and all that, but we finally got the first one in a way. I think it looks like things have smoothed out a bit. So hopefully that's the case. Regardless, can't take anything away from Isurus. They did a strong performance early game all the way to the end. A team that's just too fat and too hard to break down just muscled their way into the base and took apart Osiris. And we'll see if Osiris can keep their trend going and make this season, or this series rather, 1-1.
Yeah, they seem to have that that unfortunate curse heading their way for the ADL. We'll see if they can take this next game. It might be tough with the way Osiris played, or excuse me, Isurus played. I'm going to mess that up so much in this series. The way Osiris played, it's going to be tough to take it 1-1, I suppose. So we will jump into a quick break, guys. We'll, of course, hope that the servers are stable as we get into the next game. But in the meantime, guys, make sure you check out the American Dota League at AmericanDotaLeague.com, Twitter.com/AmericanDota. Big shout out to SteelSeries for sponsoring everything, and obviously the nice headphones for, of course, them sending them my way. If you like the cast, you can, of course, follow me at Dota2 and follow Kato Guy at Twitter.com/Kato Guy. Stick around, guys. We'll be right back.